Hello YouTube. Had a odd conversation with a young lady last night. She had just got out of prison. She was wide-eyed, very bright, mind working, but much like me, she was not completely aware of the illusions that we lived under. My last video, I did I put out some thoughts, some ideas about the idea of atheism and Christianity, and I appreciate the feedback. Thank you. It's all been very respectful, even when it was disagreeable. We were not disrespectful. Don't try to adjust your video camera. I'm doing this one by candlelight mostly. When I was talking with this young lady, I took her out to the parking lot in the bar where I met her. And I asked her, how many new cars do you see? 1995 or later. How many new cars do you see? And the answer was all of them. And then I asked her this question. If the form of the automobile still is serving its function, why are there so few old cars? And that led me to the idea of cell phones. How many new cell phones do you see? People using them in their cars, talking on them during movies, during class, during break, at work. How many of them are like new razors and such? My suspicion is almost all of them, within 2 years. And the same question comes to mind. If the form of the cell phone still serves its function to send and receive phone calls, why are cell phones constantly being phased out? Why are there no older cell phones? Don't get me wrong, the idea of cell phones, because of the way they're made, they're not the most durable things in the world, but they don't break that often. My thought leads me to the fourth estate, the mass media. In America, from what I understand, there are 5 companies who own the bulkhead lion's share of the market when it comes to the idea of distributing ideas. How many TV commercials have I seen where automobile manufacturers will put out a commercial saying that this automobile marks you as an individual? How many automobile commercials are there where if you purchase this automobile, it speaks to your sexual prowess, your willingness to be green, forgetting for a moment that the hybrid cars that are being created today cost more environmentally to build and sustain than automobiles that sit right next to them. I'm not saying don't buy hybrids. I'm simply saying that the studies and the analysis has been done, and the building and the making of these hybrid automobiles is more expensive on the environment than many of the models that are being sold right next door. And at the same time, you're spending more money on the hybrid automobile than you would be spending if you just went out and bought the affordable, economical Toyota, the affordable, economic Ford, what have you. Illusions. Somewhere along the way, somebody came up with a marketing strategy that fed on the emotion of consumers. Wasn't the mark of an individual being an individual in a society? Doesn't that come from within? I mean, truly. Aren't the most interesting people that you meet the most interesting individuals? Aren't they individuals because of the way they are, not necessarily for the clothes they wear, the car they drive, the cell phone they own? And if the mass media, if the Fourth Estate is actually perpetuating these ideas, and I'm not saying it's an organized conspiracy, in my mind, from what I perceive, it's more like they're opportunists. They have the opportunity to use psychology, Freud specifically, to actually tap into the minds and the inner thinking and the inner workings of individual people within a society or group of people within a society, and then perpetuate ideas based on their emotional beliefs, their core beliefs. Rolaids making a commercial saying the way to spell relief is R-O-L-A-I-D-S. And I'm concerned because I bought into that crap. I fully bought into that crap. And I still see a bunch of people buying into that crap. And I thought I'd just throw this idea out there now that I'm tearing apart all the things that I thought I believed in. And I just wanted to lay it at your feet and see what you think. Good night.